Welcome back to another episode of the Average Asian Boys podcast. I'm your host, John, and today we have our first ever guest here. Everyone, this is Gavin. As you can see for our video listeners, Gavin is quite above average looking in the looks department. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, the importance of physical appearance. And specifically, we're going to be talking about fitness, fashion, and skincare.
So all about vanity, essentially. So
right on. Yeah, but this is like good for like clueless guys like me who aren't so good in that kind of department.
All right.
Yeah, because actually when I was growing up, I was not the best looking kid, right? And I was one of those people who thought that, oh, my looks is the way it is, and there's nothing that I can do to change my look. So I'm just gonna be an ugly kid for the rest of my life.
Oh,
but
that's harsh.
But the good news is there are actually some things that you can do to improve on your appearance today, and that's why that's why this conversation I think is gonna be fun and useful and hopefully educational for all the other average guys out there. Yeah,
I hope I can give some good pointers here.
So Gavin, for you, like when did physical appearance become something that was like important to you, or just something that you started thinking about?
Mainly actually, it was my first girlfriend, actually.
Yes,
yeah.
Girls will do that.
I'm not sure
if
I told you about this, but
girls will do that to you.
Yeah. She was a bit of a bitch. Actually, sorry, can I swear?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I swear all the time.
So what happened was basically I was dating this girl, and one day she just looks at me. She's like, "Your skin is ugly." I was like,
"Wow, that's harsh."
I'm sorry. And then she broke up with me because of that, pretty much. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Was there like anything more, like, did she elaborate anything more on that? Like what part of your skin was just
pretty much just like your skin's ugly. So I guess, I mean, like back then, like we're in high school, right? So, I had acne, obviously. I think almost every guy at some point has acne in high school. So I had some of that. It wasn't like extreme, but it was just more like I didn't actively take care of it because honestly you're like 16 15 back then. Also, like, and when we're 16 and 13, we didn't really know much about that. There wasn't YouTube. We couldn't really figure out like what to do besides watch
it was just my parents telling me, here, John, use these oxy pads. I'm like, what this?
Yeah, or like use this like Japanese brand that you can't even read instructions for, and like, hey, just use it twice a day. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, very expensive. Import from Japan.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't really do anything like that.
Did you think you were like? How did you feel about your appearance when you were in like high school? Like, did you think you were good looking or average looking or whatever?
Honestly, I never really thought about it. I only thought about it after I graduated high school and when I looked at my yearbooks, like during college. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess it wasn't like. I didn't think I had bad skin. I didn't think I was hideous. Right. But I guess I was like,
did you take a second look after your ex-girlfriend made that comment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I don't see anything wrong with my skin. Looks fine to me.
Yeah, but then I guess you say that gave me a complex. So, and then I started being hyper aware of everything. So I think grade 11 or 12 is when it really changed for me.
Okay.
So around that time, it was like, grade 11, 12. I started like, looking at like, hey, how to take care of your skin, going through like drugstores, looking at shelves, like for this type of skin or this type of skin, asking my friends who are girls, be like, hey, so what do you do for your skincare or whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. So I got a lot of girls' opinions because you don't ask guys that things.
No, you won't get very
around
far.
That time period, you don't ask a guy anything like that. They're like, what do you?
I mean, if you ask me, I'd be like, what is skincare? Like, because it's like
soap.
To me, soap is that's actually, it, and water, soap and water, right? I mean,
actually, I did use soap and water. That's probably what gave me the issue in the first place.
Yeah, that's all you need, right? Yeah. But I mean, for me, like, I didn't even hear about the concept of like, I guess, skincare until I was, I don't know, 25 or 26. Okay. So it's a good thing that you started way earlier than the rest of us guys. You've got a much better head start in
I started pretty early. Well, nowadays there's a lot of guys who are like 12, 13 doing skincare, so it's like not early now, but like back in our generation.
Yeah, I guess because it's more knowledge and education out there for this
like
kind of stuff.
YouTube tutorials, there's like the internet, so helpful.
Yeah, it's like you can be a man and still have a skincare routine now. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie because I associated that with like being a very feminine.
Yeah, and I did too. Which is why probably I use soap and water.
Yeah,
which I thought,
that's what a real man uses: soap and water.
Yeah,
you gotta get the grenade soap too for extra.
Yeah, grenade soap, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyway, so some like my female friends like, hey, what do you? So they gave me some like place to start.
Okay, so obviously the ladies were like
Oh, yeah.
much more on top of that at
Much
a
more on top
younger,
of it, for sure.
earlier age.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I did stuff like that. Then got into university and college. Sorry, no, jumped a little ahead too far. Yeah, so grade 11, grade 12, I started doing stuff like that. And then yearbook photo wise, it did drastically improve a lot. I found myself. And then also I got into stuff like, styling your hair differently, getting your hair cut a certain way.
Okay.
Tweezing your eyebrows. So yeah.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So, okay. I don't know anything about tweezing eyebrows. Is that just you literally take a tweezer and you just pluck out your eyebrows until it looks
essentially, yeah.
more
There's
aesthetically
there's
pleasing?
3 different ways, really. I mean, as far as we're aware of now, but 3 ways. There's waxing, which sounds painful because it kind of is. There's tweezing, where you have a little tweezer and you just literally pluck each individual, or quote unquote tweeze each individual one until you get the right overall shape or whatever.
Okay.
Then there's threading, where they have like a thread basically, and they do kind of like a motion where it kind of like just plucks it in a certain straight line.
Oh, wow.
It's really like, this does not explain it at all.
Okay.
If you look,
it gets all right. It gets
if you YouTube it, you'll exactly see what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, for me, like I rarely look at my eyebrows. Like my standard is, do I have a unibrow today? No. Okay,
Exactly.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
And guess what started me on that?
A unibrow?
No.
I don't know. I was like,
How to get a unibrow? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe you had a maybe you had a unibrow in high school too, and somebody just pointed it out one day, and it's like, oh shit,
Yep, that's how it happened.
So it was
Another girl I dated.
So it was a unibrow.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh.
It wasn't a unibrow. It was just like I never did my eyebrows, right? And there's like, I think every guy or most guys have like
So it was it was getting to
no, it
unibrow
wasn't,
point.
Not really. No. It was more like it was just like very like I had very thick eyebrows in high school, and they were really unkempt. Because at that point, again, back in our generation, no one really cared.
Yeah.
Or guys didn't really care. So I was dating another girl, or I was seeing another girl at first, and she's like, "Hey, can I do your eyebrows?" I'm like, "What? Why?" They're like, it's too thick. I'm like, no.
Don't touch my eyebrows.
I know. I was really confused. I'm like, no. And then like,
what are you planning there, woman?
and then we were like gathering with a bunch of other friends or whatnot, and like I guess her girlfriends were there, and like my girlfriend at the time, like we're all hanging out around her house. Like she had her friends there, and some of her girlfriends, boyfriends were over. So the guys are hanging out, the girls are hanging out, the girls are doing their own like makeup stuff, crap, whatever, and the guys are hanging out. And then we all got together, and they're like blah blah blah, and then they're like, "Hey, Gavin, you should really do your eyebrows." I'm like, "What? Why?" They're like, "Well, it makes it less thick and bushy, whatever." I'm like, "I don't want to be a girl," because back then everyone's eyebrows were like thin.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, we'll just clean
so
up.
like you wanted the bushy eyebrows.
No, I just didn't want anyone to touch this because I didn't know what the hell that was, really, right? I just didn't want like a pencil line drawn across as eyebrows, right?
Right.
Because back then, every girl overplucked their eyebrows.
Okay.
Yeah, but trends change now. So everyone nowadays are like, thicker eyebrows are better.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know this. Anyways, so... yeah, and then they're all saying like, "Hey, let's you should do your eyebrows, clean up a little bit because prom's coming up." I was in like grade 12, I think, around this time.
Oh,
and I was like,
you got to make sure your eyebrow game is on point
gotta
for
be
prom.
on fleek, right?
Yeah,
that's such an old term. Anyways, so I was like, fine, whatever, let's do it.
Okay.
Did it, and I'm like, I look pretty damn good. Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
So then that got me started on tweezing my eyebrows or getting my eyebrows done. Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Yeah. So.
well, so what I'm picking up right now is the secret to looking good is to get a girlfriend in high school and have your heart broken at a young age.
Yep. Get a complex. Yep.
Yeah.
At a young age, and that will just mess you up for your entire life.
All right.
But you look good.
Yeah.
You'll be emotionally damaged.
Yeah.
You'll look good.
That's the sacrifice that you make, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I mean, honestly, it's really good it's great that you really start thinking about these things earlier on. Because gosh knows, I thought my appearance is the way it is, and I can't really change it, and so it's just like, all right, well, I'm screwed, I guess.
I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, unless you get surgery, you really can't change it. But there are other things that you can do to improve what you already have.
People really do notice, like if they can see that you are putting in effort. Of course, there are things that you can't change, but they notice when you put in effort on the things that you can change.
Oh yeah.
I think. Yeah, I feel like people do notice that.
Exactly. So things you can change like right off the bat right now. One thing, your haircut.
Yeah.
Get a good haircut. Get a good haircut. Nothing. Your skin. If it's like rough, dry, oily, you know, whatever, there are things you can do about that. Skincare, hence I got into that.
Right.
Like shaving, like having a full-grown beard is not a bad thing, but if it's all like mountain man beard, unless that's the look that you're going for, may not be the best thing. It may not be the best feature to complement your looks or whatever, right? So keep that.
I guess it really depends on like what kind of look you really want to represent yourself.
Yeah, it's overall grooming essentially at this point. So it's like we all get haircuts, we all shave our beards. Why not take care of our skin? Why not take care of our eyebrow feature or whatever, right? So it's like things you can do. Like, I mean, it's not really that difficult. I mean, it's daunting to start with. Like, you don't know where to start, which is what happened to me as well. But in the end, it's like, it's pretty simple once you get down to it.
I guess like once it becomes part of your routine, then, you know, it becomes less to think about, because gosh knows when I started, like, so the reason that I got started on skincare is because I have like really like dry, like itchy skin, right? And so I'm always like rubbing my face, like, oh, I'm so itchy right now. And then, you know, my ex was like, she was the one that got me into skincare too. So she's like, here, you should try to do this and this, you know, have a skincare routine. It might make you feel better.
Yeah.
And it did, which was great.
Nice.
And then I don't know, like the routine that she gave me had like, I don't know, 4 steps, only 4 steps, right? Pretty relatively simple.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what all the 4 steps was. And then so I had to keep asking her, and she just got like super frustrated. So she wrote it down for me one day, and she's like, John, you're going to take a picture of this, and you're going to take a picture of the instructions, and you're going to look at this. You're going to look at this when you like forget what to do.
Do you remember what it is right now?
No. Well, I mean, okay, no.
Wait, do you still do it though?
Yeah. No, I've been like, I've been doing it ever since. So it's like, I guess something that I don't really think about anymore consciously.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But I also don't want to like talk about it yet, because like I feel like I'm just gonna get everything wrong. It's like,
no worries.
It's like I know kind of what I'm doing, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I would say this: if anyone, sorry, do I look in the camera or do I look at you? I don't know how to do this.
You can look wherever you want. Okay. I like to look at the camera sometimes just to remind the audience that I'm thinking about them. That sounded weirder than I thought.
A little bit, yeah. No, I would say that if you're getting into skincare, girls, I'm assuming you're already into it, or you have friends that you can help. But guys, if you're getting into skincare, all you really need, I guess you can say to start with, 3 things.
Soap and water.
No. All you would really need is basically a, what's the word? Exfoliator, a cleanser, and moisturizer. 3 things to start with.
In that order, right?
No. I would say this. Do a cleanser first.
The ordering is important too.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the 3 things you need.
Because that's what I always messed up on.
Okay,
like,
so number 1 is cleanser. Number 2, exfoliator. Number 3, moisturizer.
Hold on. Where's the part where you rinse your face with water? That's a step, right? Right?
That's in between step 1 and 2.
Is it?
Hold on. You don't rinse your face after exfoliate?
Well, I always start by splashing water on my face first.
Okay. If we're getting that detailed, okay. So number 1,
water on your face.
I mean,
I feel like this would be useful too.
I thought it was already implied. Okay, number 1, water on your face.
Oh no, like me dumb, me no understand instructions.
Right. So step 1, you wake up out of bed.
Okay,
Step
good.
2, you take 12 steps to your bathroom.
Okay.
Step 3, you do a 90-degree rotation to the sink. Step 4, you turn the faucet 45 degrees to on both one.
Cold water or hot water?
Up to you. You can do warm or cold.
Okay.
Well, don't do hot, because that just it's not really good for your face and kind of like burn your skin.
Okay.
And anyways, so get water on your face.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
And then number 1, water. Number 2, cleanser. Yep.
Okay.
Number 3, rinse that cleanser off.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 4, use your exfoliator.
Yes.
And depending on what exfoliator you use, some are like those like micro bead scrub things that you use just like a cleanser itself too. It has a little bit of scrubbing.
Yeah. I like that. I like those scrubbing feelings.
Yeah, those are nice, right?
Yeah.
Number 4 or 5, sorry. Rinse that off with water again.
Yes.
And then here, I would say pat your face dry. Not like, don't like rub your face, right? But like make sure your face is dry.
I used to do that, and it drove my ex like crazy. You're like, you're not supposed to rub your face. I'm like, I'm not. Just like
just pat your face dry. It doesn't have to be completely dry either. Just pat it so that you get the excess water off. And then
because like in my mind, I'm like, I gotta rub my face vigorously so I can get that excess skin off. Get all that dead skin. Which apparently is very damaging. To
it is.
I did that for a long time.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah. See, this is why we got to specify these things.
And then last one is your moisturizer. And moisturizer, what you want to do is don't be rough with your face either. Just like gently put it on. like smooth motion, and just like kind of like pat it so that you kind of like spread it out a little more. Because if you like rub it all over, it can kind of let some areas as more concentrated than the other. But if you overall pat your face, it gets more evenly distributed in a sense.
You know how I made that comment about like me thinking like skincare is not like a manly thing to do, right? Mm-hmm. So like I feel like I make up for it by being like rough on my face. You know, it's like I'm a man. I'm gonna vigorously rub all this stuff on my face.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. So you gotta be So
you gotta be gentle.
It's important to be gentle.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have a question because I use this thing called a toner.
Yep.
Is that, and like I noticed that wasn't mentioned in. Is a toner the same thing as like a cleanser by any chance?
No. So I say exfoliator, cleanser, and moisturizer as your basic 3 things. So if you're starting, you can go with those and you're fine. If you want to add to it, there's like you can technically go like 10 steps if you really want to at this point, or 10 different products.
Okay, but we're starting with the basic, simple. Yeah. Okay, I like that. That's good.
Cleanser, exfoliator, moisturizer are your go-to ones right off the bat.
Okay.
And then if you want to add a toner in there, which is good, toner you do that after your exfoliator. Sorry. After the first 2. So after your exfoliator and your cleanser, you want to pat your face dry.
Okay.
Use the toner.
Okay.
Because depending on the toner, in general, it's meant to basically just tighten up your pores.
Yes.
And basically prevent some excess debris as you go about your day to get inside and get trapped in your pores.
Yeah.
So it doesn't close it. It just tightens up your skin a little more. And then after that, you don't need to rinse it off. You can just leave it on your skin.
Yeah.
And then use your moisturizer after that.
Yeah, I don't rinse off the toner.
No, don't do that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And when you apply it, don't be rough either. So do you use cotton ball, cotton pad, or anything like that?
Say what?
Are you using your hands?
I use my bare manly hands. That's what I do. Yeah.
You can do that. I find if people do that, they just waste the toner a little bit. They use like too much. So I use a cotton pad. So I just cotton pad and like gently like
got it.
Smooth it off my face. Okay. Stuff like that.
I'm actually not sure what a cleanser is, so I remind me to ask you after this podcast what it is, because I'm not sure I use that or that I have that step. So yeah, actually, I'll just get you to review. I'll just get you to review my thing later. You know,
grab it and we'll review it later.
Yeah. Right. All right, cool, great. Okay, that sounds like that's a great start. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a lot too, actually.
It does. And when you first like start doing it, it can take a few minutes to do it. And people are like, oh my God, I don't have a few minutes to do this. But honestly, it depends on like, for me, I do all my skincare stuff when I take a shower anyways. So I get in, hop in the shower. I'll do like, cleanser, exfoliator right there.
Oh, I do it after I get out the shower.
I do both. For me, it saves time. Like there's no really like hard set rule where you have to do it out of the shower or in the shower.
Yeah.
Whatever is convenient for you. Like for me, I shower twice a day, in the morning and at night. So when I do it in the morning, I just do it all at once, pretty much.
I think another like thing that was intimidating for me when I started was like going out and actually getting all these products. Because, like I don't know what I'm looking at. There's all these labels, there's all these chemicals and these things. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that was like super tough for me with starting as well. I don't want to get like into like the specifics because like I don't even know what I'm like. I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time.
But I know what you're saying.
But it was hard to go out and like figure out what to get like exactly, and it was also really pricey. That was like another I think big hurdle for me. I think some stuff can be quite pricey. Like I remember like the moisturizers that I went to Sephora and I got a moisturizer.
Sephora, baller, okay.
Is it baller?
I just go on drugs.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm kidding. I'll go on that later on.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like, this seems to be the place where people get these kind of things, right?
Sephora has some good good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it can be pricey. A lot of them are decently priced as well.
Yeah, because I bought a bottle for like $50 and I'm just like, damn, this is expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, like with skincare, like there's a lot of other ingredients in there. Like you have vitamin C, vitamin B12, 45,000, I don't know, whatever, right? In there. And in hindsight, is it good for your skin? Yes. How much does it help? Really? Like, well, that's the whole thing. So a lot of skincare, I think, is, like everything out there, anything you look at, it can be overpriced. And I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but at the same time, it's like, just because something is more expensive doesn't mean it's better quality. On the flip side, you don't want to be just spending like $5 on something either, because then you could be just like throwing shit on your face at that point.
Yeah, it could be mud.
Exactly, yeah, or spit or whatever, right?
Yeah, but I stopped buying like the $50 stuff, and like the stuff, the one I'm using right now is only $20, and I like it a lot.
And I mean, it's also like, I would say this: go around and just test a couple things. It's gonna take you a while to test it. Find the one that works for you.
Yeah, or just grab a female friend and bring her along
and start with it. Yeah, pretty much. Like for me, I started doing like same thing with you, like $30-$40 per like priced item. So I went with Clinique at first, Clinique for men.
Yeah.
Did that. It was okay. Wasn't bad. My skin definitely improved for sure.
Okay.
But then I started like kind of testing around other things too. I went to another brand like Biotherm. Then I went to some other Korean
I like
brands.
Biotherm, actually.
Biotherm's pretty good. I like them as well too.
See, I'm like, this is so weird for me. Like, I know these names now.
Yeah, and then I started going through other stuff too. So I went on, what did I do? I went on a trip and I left a bunch of stuff at home. So then I had to go out to drugstore and buy whatever I could find. And then I was like, all right, I'll buy this one. Check it out. I heard of it before. It's Biore. I bought it from London Drugs.
Oh, that's also a name that I'm familiar
Yeah.
with.
And they're cheaper. So like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. I tried it out. And I was like, I'm getting similar results. I'm like, this was for $9.99. This was for $39.99. But I got the same results. So I'm like, okay, let's go with that one. So then that moved me on to the more like, I should say discounted price one, but I still got the same results. So for me, I was like, cool. So you don't need to spend like, you don't need to throw like so much money into skincare, but at the same time, just test a few things out. If what works great for you, so it happens to be at a cheaper price, go with it. If something that works well for you, that's at a little bit higher price, then it's a judgment call if you want to go with it or not. So yeah. So it's all like, because my other buddy, he can only use like certain brands because he has like specific skin conditions. So for him, he's a little more. There's a reason why he's spending a little more money on it too, because he has a little more inherently like sensitive skin,
right?
And other like skin conditions as well too that he's dealing with. So for him, a higher end brand name, certain ones are only for him because he's tested the other ones before too, and it gives him bad reactions. Yeah. So for him, it makes sense for him to spend a little more money on it. But for most other people that are say normal skin types, you don't have to throw your money at it like that as well too.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, like, you know, I think your skincare routine is really paying off for you right now because I mean, you obviously look great. You look like you could be younger than me, actually. Yeah,
you mentioned before that your skin's dry, right?
Yeah.
Mine's the opposite. Mine's oily skin.
Right.
So for me, it's like, also, I forgot to say this. Before you buy your 3 products, definitely figure out like what skin type you are, whether you're dry, whether you're normal, whether you're oily, or your combination. Because there's different products for each of them. Yeah. And they affect your skin differently too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So for me, if I use a skincare product for dry skin, I break out right away. Okay. Pretty much right away, I'll start breaking out. So if I don't use the proper ones, then it does have an adverse reaction for my skin.
Right.
Yeah. For you, if you use mine, you're going to notice your skin's going to be dry as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was an exciting chat about skincare.
Yeah.
And hopefully our listeners got something out of that because that was a lot to unpack there. Wow. But that was cool really to I guess hear about your journey into skincare and all started from
developing a complex from having a girlfriend telling you that you have ugly skin.
From high school romance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or failed romance in that case.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next thing I want to talk about is I guess physical health. And specifically, like, how did you get into, I guess, like strength training and working out? Because in case our viewers haven't noticed, Gavin over here is jacked. I'm embarrassed right now to show my arms right now. Like compared to his, it's just, this is not looking too good right now. You know what? Let's move on from this segment. So you're obviously very strong man right now. How did you get into that? Was it also from a complex?
No. Growing up as a kid, Asian kid, you always like martial art movies, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I think everyone was.
I was huge Jackie Chan fan.
Jet Li.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. Yeah. So that got me into it. So first of all, I signed up for martial art classes. So Taekwondo. I think almost every kid out there either starts with Taekwondo or karate.
Right.
Did that for a number of years. Tried Muay Thai as well too. Got into that, and then I wanted to learn like cooler stuff. Well, I thought it'd be like flips, tricks, stuff like that.
Oh.
What I didn't realize was that they don't teach you that martial arts. So then I got into gymnastics.
Okay.
So nice. Or specifically tricking, which is like a combination of, I can say, martial art movements like kicks, spin kicks, and whatnot.
What's it called again? Could you say that?
Tricking.
Tricking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see guys doing like backflip, flash kick, like Street Fighter flash kick.
Yeah.
Not exactly a martial art move. It's not exactly gymnastics either, but I can say it's a combination of both.
Is it kind of like parkour?
Parkour is different on its own aspect. Tricking is more like, it's like a very, very, I'll say this. It's a very, very stylized way of like fighting.
Okay, got it.
Whereas
parkour is like getting from point
A to point B as efficiently as possible.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
I would say free running would be like the flashier version of parkour. And then because there's free running, parkour, and depending on like they call it a little different.
Okay,
things.
so tricking is like fighting but flashy.
Yeah, so things you would never use in real life. So like
kind of like watching WWE.
Yeah,
sometimes
pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I got it.
Or watch any sort of like martial art movie. No, I would say not martial art movie. I would say like Crouching Tiger, right?
Yeah.
You would never use any of those moves in real life. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like you can't like butterfly twists to the top of a roof or whatever, right?
Yeah. Okay, so where did you learn this stuff then?
I first learned that in drop-in gymnastics. So there's a gymnastics center where I grew up, and you pay like $8 to go in there for an hour and a half and use the facility. Okay. So we mostly stuck to the floor. So like because it's all sprung floor, it's super bouncy. It's really fun. So I learned stuff from there and from other people that used to coach there as well too. And then got in the habit of doing that, and then eventually when I got into college, I stopped for a bit because of college, work and everything. And then early college, I got back into it again, started doing some of that. And then one of my old high school friends became a coach there, or she actually was a coach there for a while. She offered me a job to coach like kids gymnastics. So I got my.
So you're a certified gymnastics teacher? You were?
I was, yeah. It's a level two gymnastics coach certification.
Wow, yeah, Gavin, so you're a man full of surprises. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so I could coach competitive kids.
That's cool though.
I was able to coach competitive kids. I stuck mostly to intermediate kids.
Yes.
So like one step below the actual full competition kids.
Yeah.
But every now and again, if like some of the coaches for the competitive kids were away or whatnot, I would just help assist. I wouldn't take over anything. Like I'm not like that, but I would just help assist with their training.
Okay.
Like here and there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I got more and more, and then became friends with the head coach, and then I started training with the competitive kids during their routines. But obviously, I'm older; they're younger, so I couldn't really do as much. So I stuck with mostly rings, parallel bar, high bar, and like floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, like your journey into fitness was just like it was a lifestyle choice. Like you were always into.
I was always doing something. Yeah.
You were always into something.
Yeah.
It's not like you were like the fat kid and it's like in high school and you're like, oh, it's like.
I wasn't really fat. Was I? I wasn't really fat. No, but like I think everyone in high school, I was like had some chub on me, obviously, but like it wasn't like fat though. No.
Yeah.
I was always doing something.
It was always like a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah, I wasn't like ripped or shredded like when I was like 13, 14 or anything like that. No, I was like no, I was just average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, but like after doing all that, I've always been like moving, doing something, rock climbing, or like then I started doing parkour as well too, a little bit too.
Yeah.
But eventually, I got into weight training. I think it was around the time I stopped doing gymnastics, or stopped training at the gymnastics center. I got into weight training, bodybuilding. I did the whole standard templates from like bodybuilding.com.
Okay.
So like the 5-day split type idea thing, did all that stuff. And then
what got you into weight training in the first place?
Mostly because what was it? Do you remember those like 80s or 90s or 80s like action montage scenes, like Rocky when he's like like training boxing, he's in the meat factory like punching the meat and like lifting weights or all that stuff. I ended up watching a bunch of those movies, those montages, and I'm like, fuck, that was kind of cool actually. So I might start doing that. Hey, they're jacked. They did that.
Did you watch a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Yeah. The Predator.
Got it.
I love that movie.
So yeah, you saw that stuff. You got like inspired. To,
lift weights, do it. Yeah. I had no clue what I was doing, but I just followed like random templates I did. Did that for a number of years. And then once I moved out here, I met some friends that introduced me into powerlifting. So powerlifting is where you have 3 lifts. You have your bench press, you have your squat, and you have your deadlift, and you compete on that.
Okay.
Main goal, you have 3 chances to lift as much weight as possible in each of those respective movements. So I was a little hesitant at first. I still wanted to do like a little more bodybuilding focus, a little more gymnastic focus here and there. I didn't really go straight into powerlifting. Eventually, they got me into it. And I've been doing powerlifting style workouts since then. So last 6 years now, I've been doing powerlifting style workouts.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Wow, it's quite a while.
Yeah, and I found myself loving that the most.
Yeah, that was your jam?
Yeah, that's my jam now, yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, like, what do you think about it? Is it like, why do you like doing that so much?
It's just like lifting heavy weights is fun. Like for me, lifting heavy weights is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also like the challenge of like seeing how, like what is like the max that you can do.
Yeah. Like lifting, like pushing myself to like lifting 5 pounds more than I did like say six weeks ago or like a month ago, or 10 pounds more, or seeing over time, over 1 year, I've increased this lift by 40 pounds or whatnot. It's for me, it's like numerically being able to track it.
Yeah,
is great
cool,
for me.
That is a cool thing to see.
Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure. And some people are like, it's just 10 pounds. I'm like, well, yeah, it's 10 pounds more than I could do before. So that's one step forward. Yeah. So for me, I like seeing numbers reflected into how I progress.
Yeah, it's like it's seeing the progression that's happening. I think.
Yeah,
that makes a big impact.
It does, yeah. If you can see the results, not only like visually in the mirror or whatnot, because like it got me like lean, more muscular as well too, but also I see numbers on paper saying, hey, I lifted 40 pounds more than I did before. I'm like, awesome, that's great, I love it. Yeah. And for me, that versus going to a class like martial art class and whatnot, or like going to like fitness center with other people, it's like this I can do on my own time whenever I want. I can go to the gym at 6 in the morning. I can go to the gym at like 11 at night. Yeah. Whereas class-wise, you have to go between specific blocks. And it's like, well, okay, I want to do something this today, but I got this in the way now, so I can't do it. Okay.
I think that's interesting to hear, actually, that you got into powerlifting like because of your love for powerlifting, I guess. Because, you know, when I think of guys with like big muscles, like, you know, my impression is like, oh, they did it for the looks, right? To look good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to look good naked as well too. That's always gonna be there. That's with everything.
Of course. But like that was not like your priority, right? You weren't one of those guys at the gym that was doing it because he wants to get the shredded look, I guess. Yeah. Right. It's because like, oh, you actually enjoy doing this kind of stuff. Have you been able to keep training since during COVID and all that stuff? Because I mean, like. Because like the gyms were closed.
Not necessarily, no. Like I just
I imagine you'll have like those big heavy ass weights like lying around at your place.
No,
you know, like a bench press, just hanging out, chilling.
No, I wish. For me, I built some old parallel bars like back when I was in gymnastics. So I was doing like push-ups, some handstand push-ups. I was able to do some rows, like bodyweight rows. Yeah, everything was bodyweight, single leg squats, stuff like that. Yeah, just to keep moving. I actually hurt my foot during COVID. So there was a period of 3 months where I couldn't really walk well.
Were you doing like some karate kick? And
I was skipping, and I think like my toe joint just like shifted out.
Damn.
Yeah.
That damn skip.
Yeah, no, right. Never skipping ever again.
That'll get you.
Yeah, the impact of it. So I couldn't do any movement for a while. So yeah, like my strength, body competition like went down, as with everyone else probably. But then once gyms reopened in September, I went back in, started working out again, and I pretty much got most of it back now, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of us who are stuck at home and don't go to the gym and don't have like no equipment lying around, like me, what would be like some things that you can do at home to like, keep yourself like at least moving and some stuff? For me, like I do push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah. I mean,
that's about it.
Like push-ups, sit-ups. You can do like bodyweight squats where you just, of course, squat with your body weight. Oh, obviously. Right. Or if you have like backpacks, if you want a little more resistance, you could just grab like the backpack, throw some books in there, throw some like whatever heavy objects and squat doing that as well.
Maybe lift like milk jugs.
Yeah, you can do milk jug fills of water if you want as well too.
That's a thing, hey?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And throw textbooks in there with your backpack and just lift your backpack and do that as well too.
Okay, sounds good.
Just random stuff like that. But anyone who wants to get into fitness, I could say, just don't go like crazy with it. Just start by keeping it simple, like getting some steps in the day, like getting like 3,000, 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah, that's true. Because I used to make that mistake where I would just like, kill myself on the first day.
Don't do that.
Right?
No. Yeah.
And then I can't move for like 2 weeks. And then like by the time I can start moving again, I'm just like, I've lost the motivation.
Exactly. Because like there's a buddy of mine, a friend of mine. He goes 1,000% for the first week, dies, and then he's like, yeah, I'm done.
Right.
And then doesn't do it again for another year.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Just start simple. Get some steps in the way. If you walk to work, or if you can walk to work, start walking to work, or go for like a walk every day after dinner or every day after lunch or whatever. Right? Just get your body moving. Doesn't have to be weights. You don't have to go to the gym. Just do more work than you were before.
Yeah, increase like a little bit every day.
Your non-exercise physical activity pretty much is what it's called. So like just walking upstairs, walking downstairs, or like, walking to the grocery store if you can, or whatnot, right? Just like find some ways that you can increase your movement. And then that's a good way to start right there. Okay. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can go to the gym, join, get a membership, try things out, get a personal trainer, get to figure out things. And then once you're comfortable working out by yourself, go from there.
Okay, let's say tomorrow I want to go to the gym by myself.
All right.
I have no idea what I'm doing there.
Right.
What are some stuff that I can, like, you know, what's like a basic, I guess, routine or gym workout that I could do?
It really depends. I would say if you're a beginner and you've never really done anything before, you could just do a full body workout, which is like, as it sounds, you work your entire body. You don't go crazy on it though. So it's not like you kill your chest, you kill your legs, you kill your back, and then you go home.
Because I hear like people usually work out different parts of their body, depending on the day. So I'm used to thinking of like, you know, working out like different parts on different days,
like chest day, back day, leg day, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, you know,
those are
International Chest Day.
Monday's International Chest Day.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are training splits, and it really like there's no one training split that's really better than the other. Like, I mean, there are some preferred ones depending on what your goal is. Right. So I guess you can say in that sense, there is kind of like one way that is better. But overall, I would say this training splits are mostly geared towards your schedule, I would say. So if you're able to go to the gym 5 days a week, you could do a 5-day split.
Yeah.
If you can only go in like, say, 3 times a day, but only for like, say, 45 minutes.
3 times a week.
What did I say?
3 times a day, which seems intense, but sure, we could do that too.
Yeah, don't do that. If you can only go 3 times a week for like a limited amount of time, maybe go and do like a full body workout 3 days a week.
Okay.
So it really all depends like how you can fit it into your schedule, what works.
Okay.
But there are some ways, like if you're going for like strength, then there are some like splits that are better towards strength than others, but that's like beyond the scope of this conversation.
Yeah.
I would say that for yourself.
Let's say I want to go to the gym and do a full body workout. I'm looking at all these things and I'm looking at all these people doing their thing and I'm feeling a little intimidated, right?
So I would say this, even before you go online and just look up a full body workout.
Yeah.
Full body split. And then it'll say something like bench press, it'll say like squat or whatever. And then that gives you a template literally a template of what you'll be doing that day. So you're not just aimlessly looking around. So what you can do is you can do exactly what it says, a bench press, the squat rack if you want. Or if your first time there, just try one of the machines. Try like the bench press machine. It's safer because it guides you towards movement.
Don't you need isn't someone supposed to like spot you at the bench press?
No, that's the bench press itself, like the barbell bench press.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the actual machine. Okay. Whereas in like you literally like you sit down and you have like you're vertically like upright. You have your foot in here. You have your foot release. You press the foot release and the handle moves forward. You grip it and you just do that.
I know what you're talking about. Right. Oh, that's what the foot handle is for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not just a rester.
Yeah.
If you push it, it moves a bar forward.
Yeah, because I always put my foot there. I was like, this is a nice place. I wish there was another footrest on the other side too.
Yeah, so the footrest helps get it into position. Like, I mean, there are different machines here and there, right? But I mean, in general, if it has that footrest that can press forward,
yes,
it assists you in the movement.
Gotcha.
Initially, that is, and then you do the rest yourself.
Okay, cool.
So start with machines. If you're hesitant to do dumbbells, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But once you get more confidence, and once you build some general strength from that, I would say then transition yourself to the actual free weights themselves, the barbells, the dumbbells from there.
Right.
I say that you'll get more benefit out of those ones than you would a machine under most conditions.
You know what? That's true because like I do feel more comfortable using a machine because it's like I can figure out how to use this. Anyone can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, their machines were built specifically for rehabilitation, essentially.
Is that right?
Yeah, because what happens is the machines, they only move in one plane.
Yeah.
There's no way of like wobbly falling off or weights falling you.
Yeah.
It's meant for like people who've been in injuries and are rehabbing back in place.
Or idiots like me.
Or idiots, or people who are like not yet comfortable with the gym. So you can go straight to the dumbbells and barbells if you want, but if you're by yourself, you can try the machines, get some confidence, and you'll still build strength that way too.
No, they work for sure.
Yeah, they work.
I like that tip. Start with the machines. Yeah. Start with the machines.
But eventually, once you get more comfortable with it, go to the actual dumbbells.
Yes.
And then or barbells, and then you'll find, more beneficial towards your gains, whether it's muscular size, strength, or whatnot, body composition as well too. Overall, I mean, if you start lifting weights and you start dialing your nutrition, you don't have to go crazy with either one of them. As long as you do a little bit of both, you'll notice that you'll gain a little more muscle, gain a little more strength, and your body composition will improve. So yeah.
All right.
Two my fingers in the air.
Good stuff. Sounds good. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, that was a great, I think, overall intro to talking about fitness. And, like a good place to start, I think, if you ever wanted to start
also, this is like very,
journey.
very generic information too here. So it's like, we can go into a lot more detail, but if
it's like obviously
base,
very
that's the whole
deep, complex
yeah.
topic, and where you're really just trying to hit scratch the surface level, just to help people get started and everything. Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly.
The last thing I want to talk about today is fashion, and clothing and appearance, and how that can help make you look like a better looking person as well. Because like one thing that I've also discovered very late is like your clothing goes a long way into how people like perceive you, or how you look to other people.
For sure.
Yeah. And like for you, like like you're not like a fashionista or anything. You're not going around wearing like the fancy
Supreme.
Yeah, like the fancy schmancy stuff, and all that stuff. But what I do see is I think you're really good at getting the basics down, right? You've got like, I don't think anyone's ever gonna look at you and be like, oh, like something funny about what you're wearing.
Yeah. Like once you figure out like what you want to represent yourself as or whatever, then you generally start to dress yourself in that manner. So for me personally, I like being very low key. I don't like bright colors per se. I don't like big logos. I don't like to attract like that kind of attention. So for me, I do a lot of the stuff that I have is very basic. So I like my basic tees. So like my crew neck t-shirt right here. Yeah. The navy, black, gray, and whites. So those are like the basic colors you want to go with. If you're
blue, gray, and navy. Sorry, I already said blue. Yeah. Navy, blue, gray, and black.
Black, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, are the basic ones that you want to hit. You can go other colors if you really want to, but again, if you're starting, just go with those colors. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And fit, I always go for the things that fit me well. Nothing too tight, nothing baggy. So something that contours my body. Everyone should go for something like that as well.
Yeah, you see, my parents spent their entire life dressing me up in like oversized clothing, and then so
hand-me-downs, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then so growing up, I thought I always had to buy things that are just a little more bigger than it should be. Right. And I also like having like that, like being comfortable too. Mm-hmm. So when it's like, when it fits you perfectly, it's, it's like, it feels weird at first because you're used to going from baggy to...
Where you feel nothing almost, and then you feel like it all over your body.
Yeah, it's exactly. So that was like a bit of a transition for me that I had to fix, I guess, and get out of my system.
Yeah, and I mean, like, clothing itself should accentuate your positives and then kind of hide the, I don't want to say negatives, but more like the less flattering parts of your body.
Sure.
So,
but how does it do that, or how can clothing do that?
Color and fit, and also if you throw in patterns can kind of help you hide certain areas as well too. Okay. So vertical patterns make it look a little taller. Horizontal patterns make it a little wider. So if you're already a little bit on the wider scale, maybe stay away from like horizontal patterns. Oh, okay. For me in general, darker coloring tends to make you look a little slimmer. You probably heard it, black is slimming.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
There's a reason for that.
Yes, I have noticed that. Yes, when I'm wearing like my black pants, I'm just like, damn, my legs look good,
Yeah, so there's that color-wise. Also like a certain style of clothing. So like if you're like buying pants, like I don't know how long your pants are, but my pants, I buy them now to the point where there's just a slight break at the bottom. So break is like the fold at the bottom of where your kind of like your foot meets the ankle area of the pants. Okay. So if it bunches up too much, it makes you look shorter because you're wearing pants that are too long, oversized. Right. Yeah. If it's too short and you see your actual ankle skin, then it's like, okay, you're wearing too short pants. Then like you don't know really what you're doing at that point.
Yeah, for me, I actually started getting like all my pants, like I guess like what's that word? Hemmed. Yeah. Because it makes a huge difference. Like I don't want them too short, and I also don't want them like dragging along. Where I have to like fold them up because it's just like it just doesn't look that great.
I mean, unless you're specifically going for the cuff look where you purposely fold the bottom of your pants, that's a little different story. But I mean, in general, yeah.
It just looks better. It just looks so much better.
Yeah.
If, so like your pants look like they actually fit you. Like in terms of length.
Exactly. Have pants that like. Yeah. Don't bunch up at the bottom. That's one way it's looking taller and not like shorter. Yeah.
I mean, like, does it cost money to get them hemmed? Yeah, sure.
It's like $10, I think, right?
Yeah, $10-15. Yeah. I think it's like well worth it.
Exactly. I think so too. Yeah. Unless you're lucky enough to be at that perfect height where you can find the right perfect.
Yeah, which never happens.
Nope. Yeah. So there's that. Also, wear pants that fit around your waist, around your ass. A lot of people wear the pants too low, so it sags, so it makes them look like they don't have an ass.
Oh,
I found that out later on too.
Right. Yeah. But I thought that was just like a trend, like.
I mean, like, there's a trend.
What's that thing called? Low riding, right?
Yeah. But that's like specifically doing that. But people in general, I guess they wear pants that are like they sit too low in general. So pants are supposed to higher on your waist, and like, especially jeans, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I hate having to pull up my pants because then the crotch gets in a way, right?
Exactly.
So,
and then some people wear a belt, but then it bunches your waist a little bit too much. So that's where you have to like start, tailoring the waist of your pants as well too. Like with dress pants with khakis, I get that done. Jeans a little bit harder. I'm lucky enough though that I can buy a size 31 pants waist and it fits me fine.
Wait, you wear size 31 waist?
Yeah.
I wear like size 33. Oh yeah, but I'm chubby, so. Okay, well, wow, you can fit in size 31. Wow, that's
that's a size 31 waist, 31 waist, 30. I like 30, 31. 31, 31 pretty much is what I go for if I can find it.
Wow, this is what powerlifting gets you, man. Like it helps you fit in those size 31s. God damn.
Strength training and dieting. That's what gets you, regardless of what you do.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's a relatively small waist.
Yeah. No, but like for me, like I would, when I'm buying a pair of pants, I would try to find something that fits me, like waist length.
Yep.
Fits me better, and then like the length, I can kind of like get hemmed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. So I think if it fits around your waist first, great, and then the rest you can hem it. If you can find both, even better. But
if you find a magical pair of pants that just fits you.
Yeah, hemming the waist is definitely more expensive than hemming the pants.
Yeah. It sounds like more work.
Leg.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So go for that. Jackets. I mean, so jackets should fit you as well too.
Okay. Could you describe more about like the concept of like fit?
Okay.
Because for me, like I've heard that yes, your clothing should fit you. But to me, I've always been like, what does that even mean?
Okay.
Like, the clothes fits you.
I say for tops. So fit would be something that contours your shoulders.
Yeah. So that's something that I've started to notice more, I think, is like when I see people who wear like a shirt that's well fitted, I really notice their shoulders.
Yeah. Because shoulders, generally speaking, is going to be the widest part of the upper body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it fits your shoulders, it should kind of like drape over everything else. It should drape over your chest, your back. It shouldn't be too tight in the side where you can see your belly button or anything like that. That shouldn't be the case.
Okay.
But like your shoulders and your chest, if you're a little more built, your back as well too. It kind of just drapes all the way down. But so it's definitely your shoulder first.
So for me, I guess that's like kind of one thing that I'm looking for when I'm trying to determine if something fits me is like, does it, I guess, accentuate my shoulders?
Yeah, exactly. So if it fits your shoulders, great.
Right.
But if it's too baggy in your body, then that could be still be a no, obviously, because it makes you look like you're wearing a dress at this point down here.
Right.
Yeah. So find something that fits your shoulder first, and then it should, I would say, hug every other part of your body after that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on the style that you want to. If you want a little more tighter, cool. If you want a little more looser, that's up to you as well too. But my personal style, I'd probably say, is fit your shoulder, hug everywhere else.
Yeah.
And that goes with t-shirts, sweaters, dress shirts even as well too. And jackets, you have a little more play because you may want to layer your jacket. That's a little different story. Unless you're wearing like a bomber jacket. If you're wearing a trench coat, obviously it's going to be a little more roomy in there because you're wearing stuff underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pants fit in your waist, and then I think it should hug your glutes, hug your ass pretty much. You don't want to saggy ass looking. And it should just go from there straight down.
So you want to make it look that you do have an ass.
You want to have an ass. Girls like ass.
Okay.
On themselves and their guys as well too.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that right now. Yeah.
Vote yes if you think I'm right. But yeah, generally speaking, I would say like almost every girl.
Do you like ass or not? Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They be looking over there too, I guess.
Oh yeah, girls like a guy's booty all the time, from what I've been told.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
And so that's what I mean by fit. If you want to talk about like suits and stuff like that, there's more like detail from there. But in general,
let's skip that part for now.
Yeah, find the that hug your shoulders. That fits your shoulders well, and then hugs the rest of your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, like the missing piece for the longest time was like for my, I guess like my wardrobe was the shoes.
Okay.
It's like I could never figure out what kind of shoes I was supposed to wear. Like I just want to be comfortable, so I wear sneakers like most of the time.
Yeah.
But there's like some times when it pays to upgrade.
I mean, there's nothing wrong wearing sneakers. You can get like there's sneakers and then there's like gym shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can get.
What's the difference?
So nowadays, gym shoes are like you can. You go in a gym and see like if you're running, you have like your Asics. They're like yellow, silver, blue, sky blue and like neon green or whatever, right? Those are gym shoes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Side note, I don't know why out there they make the best running shoes the most ugliest looking things in the world. Like if you look at any good pair of running shoes, they look hideous, but they feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea why. That's my one little rant. Can someone out there please make a gym shoe or a running shoe that actually looks good too and feels good?
Okay, so you're in your experience, like the best feeling shoes are also the ones that's the ugliest.
For running in particular, yeah. Also the most like disgusting looking things in the world. Like I have one. It's from Mizuno, and it's like fire truck red. What was it? Like fire truck red, neon yellow.
Nice. It's so when people it's so people notice you when you're at the gym, you know.
No, I run outside when I do this, or at the gym. Yeah, neon yellow and like
it's
some
so people notice you when you're running.
I mean, it looks hideous. I got it on sale. It looks hideous, but it feels amazing on my foot. Yeah, no shin splints, no knee pains, no like that's full supported arch. It feels amazing, but it's disgusting to look at.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like sorry, that's like gym shoe type of thing. But they make like sneakers now where it's like just as comfortable, but more for like fashion outside trend. Okay. So you can buy something like that, even from like New Balance. They have some like old school classic.
Like the skate shoes?
No, more like they look like gym sneakers in a sense, but they're stylized more towards like streetwear.
Got it.
So you can get some like pretty like funky looking colors, or you can get like down basic ones. Like for me, I have a pair of actually my pair of Nikes I wore today too. They're just black and white, low key. They don't look like gym shoes, but I can pair them outside if I want to walk around.
Yeah, I just like wearing black shoes. They go with everything.
Yeah, black sneakers is fine. You can wear like
you get the white shoes, they get dirty, they don't look so great.
No, not really. Yeah. So if you want to go outside and wear something that's like comfortable, you can get like a fashion style sneaker that still fits good. Black, looks low key, and you can wear pretty much anything you want.
Yeah.
Or you can go to like you can get some Blundstones. Pretty common in Vancouver. Like almost everyone has a pair of Blundstones.
Wait, what is it called? A Blundstone?
Blundstone, yeah, the Australian boot company.
Oh, haven't heard of those guys.
I thought you had a pair. Did you? Don't you already have a pair? Is that yours?
No.
Okay. It's basically like a Chelsea boot. So a Chelsea boot is basically it's like a low cut boot. Low cut as in like lower than a cowboy boot.
Yeah, no, I have Chelsea boots.
So a Blundstone is a Chelsea boot, except it's made by the Australian company, Blundstone, obviously.
Okay.
And they're a lot of hipsters wear them here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come in full waterproof. They come in like different colors and styles as well too. I got one for wintertime because it's fully waterproof. It's quite nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only started wearing a Chelsea boot actually a year ago.
Okay.
And like I don't know, like I've always like had people recommend that I wear them, but I've always been like, I don't know, man, I don't know about these things.
Yeah.
But I got a pair, and they feel great and they look great.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back.
They're nice, right? Yeah.
They really are.
So I mean, shoe wise, I mean, it really all depends. Like your shoe game, if you want to call it, it can be very, very extensive or very like subtle and basic. For me, I keep mine very basic. Mine are boots. So I have a Blundstone. I have army boot. I have like my going out sneakers, and then I'll have like white sneakers as well too. That's all I got.
Yeah, I want to definitely own as less pair of shoes as possible.
Yeah. For everything I buy, regardless if it's clothing, shoes, or whatnot, I want to make sure I can wear it to like multiple different situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have like, a bunch of versatile things to wear. That's what I really like. I like owning things that I can wear in many different occasions.
Yeah. I like classic styles. I don't like anything too modern or like trendy. Because I want to buy something I bought like 10 years ago. I can still wear it now. So it looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
So it works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that was some good stuff. Wow, a lot of valuable information. We're heading off to the end of the hour here. So, we've made it through. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, goes by fast when you're having fun.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So, this was our first time having a guest over. Thanks so much for being the very first Average Asian Boys podcast guest. And I think we really got a lot of fun facts out today, learning about the basics of how to like improve your physical appearance so you can, feel better and more confident and just, look like a badass in front of other people. And, maybe one day get your arms as big as Gavin's. But yeah, Gavin, thanks so much for, being on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
Appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will see you next time. Bye.